Yeah, where the after party at my crib, right? Buy her some drinks. Buy her and her fat friend, the cock blocker. I like that book. Jab, 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 right hook. Don't skip dessert. Alright guys, in this video today, we're going to react to Alex Hormozi's Make Money Online Without Destroying Your Reputation. Let's see what he's got to say about this.
So you want to make money online, but you don't want to feel icky or sleazy to the people who know and love you when you ask them to give you money. So there's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. The good news is I can show you step by step how I got my first 20 clients posting on social media for my personal training business a decade ago, and how I've continued to use that in each.
This guy is a freaking genius, bro. Also, by the way, this quote back here is by Alex Hormozi. As you can see down here, Alex H. This whole quote is by him. This is so powerful, guys.
His business started to grow. It skyrocketed. And it was almost 100% from people who were listening to his podcast. And what happened was he made an ask during one of his podcasts. He made a lot of money. He thought, when I make an ask, I make more money. And so what I'll do is I'll just make more asks. He learned the wrong lesson. And so he did make more asks, and he then made a little bit more money, and then he continued to make less and less and less until eventually his listenership dropped and dropped and dropped because he had lost the goodwill of his audience. The
Why?
key point I'm going to talk about today is mastering the give to ask ratio. How much to
Give to ask ratio.
how much to ask. Gary Vee popularized the whole concept jab, 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 right hook, which is the idea.
I like that book. Jab, 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 right hook. Gary Vee, my boy.
Of giving, 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 and then asking. Not take, but ask.
So you gotta give, and then ask. Oh, give, and then take. Okay, cool.
Good news is this ratio has been incredibly well studied. Why? Because the
By who?
biggest media companies in the world want to be able to ask on their platforms as much as humanly possible without losing viewership, listenership, audience. On television, for every 47 minutes of content, there's 13 minutes of advertising. If you look on Facebook, every 4 posts, there's 1 ad. It's almost like a 3-to-1 ratio between how many ads there are and how much content there is.
3-to-1 ratio, okay.
What I want to do is give you my slight tweak on the give, 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 ask concept. Instead of give, 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 ask, I'd like to just change it to give until they ask.
Okay, let's see where he's going with this.
And that's when you know your audience is ready for you to make an offer. And my personal preference here is actually to give in public and sell in private. Whenever you give, you deposit goodwill into the audience. If you give someone something first, they're far more likely to comply with your request later. When someone...
That's true. When you're at a club, right? Shorty, what you drinking? You know, you're giving. What you drinking? What you drinking? You buy her drinks, you buy her drinks, and later you can ask for her number, right? It's easy. You can't just go and say, hey, what's your number? You haven't given her nothing, bruh. You haven't given her shit. Buy her some drinks. Buy her and her fat friend, the cock blocker, some drinks. And then when they drink the drinks, the cock blocker freaking fat friend is going to be able to be like, oh, yeah, he's a good guy, blah, 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 blah. So give them the drinks. And then later you can ask for the number or ask for, oh, yeah, where the after party at my crib, right?
It helps us. We feel indebted to them. We want to help them back, right? That's how society works. But with media,
that's how it works at the club, too.
Gain goodwill and provide value to millions of people at once, but then it all funnels back to one person.
Okay,
if you
Alex.
consistently give and give and give, then what happens is your audience compounds. And this is something that I didn't understand for a long time. The audience is the asset, not the content you make. So when I make a video and then it disappears in 3 days on my newsfeed, what that one piece of content is it got me 300 more people to start seeing my stuff.
Woo!
And then they permanently enter.
This dude is smart as hell, bro. This guy is smart, bro. Look at his beard, bro.
The audience, provided I don't ask too much too frequently. In the beginning, it'll be really small, and if you can hold off and you keep giving, you keep giving, you keep giving,
you keep buying drinks, you keep buying drinks. No, I'm just kidding.
You eventually never even have to ask publicly because instead of asking, you just start getting.
Instead of just, you know, buying drinks, Shorty's gonna later be like, yo, you want my number? Do you want my number? You bought me all these drinks, bro. You want my number? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how it goes.
Transparently, this is something that I've now personally experienced, and I was like, I don't know, but you know what? I'll give it a shot. Let's just see if I can make a bunch of business content and see if that will attract $1 million, $5 million, $10 million profit per year businesses, not revenue, profit, so that I can invest in the
profit.
And it turns out,
profit.
Now, there's 2 ways that asks work in content. And so I want you to think of your asks as commercials. You're interrupting your own content with a commercial about your stuff. An integrated approach would be like during the content, I'm like, hey, if you want to learn more about this stuff, go to $100 million leads. When $100 million leads is coming out.
If you want to learn more about this, if you want to watch more about this stuff, subscribe to me. Stop whatever you're doing and subscribe. That's my ask. That's what Alex told me. I mean, that's what he's saying. I'm giving you. So now I'm asking you to subscribe to the channel. Come on, subscribe, man. Like, if you love this kind of content, if you love me, no, just kidding. But subscribe, man, and give me a like, bro. Smash the like button.
And there are 8 methods that I talk about advertising. And by design, I'm using all 8 to advertise this book. And at this point, we already have 200,000 people.
Dude is selling the heck out of this book.
Who have registered for the book launch live, which is on this day, Saturday, August 19th. So that would
He's selling the hell out of this book.
be an example of an integration. It's natural. It comes up as you're talking, and then you can point to it, and you get back to what you're saying. Integrations work better for long-form content, books, videos, podcasts, blog posts.
Subscribe to my channel, kind of stuff.
Those are all things that lend themselves to integrating in very small percentages of the total amount of time it takes someone to consume something. For example, if I made an integration and I started with a minute about something valuable, and then I spent 5 minutes in the middle talking about my thing, you still need to keep the ratio of minimum 3 to 1. Because
3-to-1 ratio, remember that.
remember, television's 13 minutes to 47, right? For a 60-minute slot in terms of commercials. So that's the max. And so for me, I would rather be at like
Editing is dope, though.
98% give, 2% ask. So if we looked at the total seconds of this video, the give to
This dude is jacked as heck, bro. Don't skip dessert.
ask ratio is still super strong, and I'm not going to lose audience because of that ask. The other way is intermittent, which means in between things. Intermittent is typically better for short form platforms. If you have 10 Instagram posts or 10 TikTok reels,
Okay.
on the 11th one, you make one about your services that you offer. And then you go right back to the pre-programmed show. It's even harder because
You go right back to giving people value. Okay, I see what he's going. I see where he's going here.
I wouldn't do more than 3%. So once or twice a month, one post. That feels reasonable, and you're not going to lose audience. And so fundamentally, the actual cost of the commercial is not money, but goodwill. How much of my audience am I losing by making this ask? Though, to be clear, I always want to under-ask my audience personally. So if you're new to making content, believe it or not, you've actually been providing value.
In Alex's videos, he always used to say, like, back in the days, well, back in a couple months, you're like, I'm not selling you anything, blah, 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 blah. And then he gives content. But now he's selling the book. So now he's asking. He wants you to buy the book. But it's a good concept. I love it. Let's go, Alex. Let him know what you got, bro.
Value to certain people for an extended period of time. It's you actually do have a decent amount of goodwill. If you make your first post what I would just call like a declaration of business, which is just saying like, hey,
Not independence.
you guys have maybe been following me for a while. You might know me, you might not, from personal, from college, from work, from out of the bars. This is what I'm doing with my life now. And I would
This dude just wears these little things just so he can show his muscles, bro. I'm jacked too, bro.
friend of a friend had a tequila business that was pretty big. Big enough that The Rock approached him, Dwayne Johnson. And The Rock
Of
said,
course.
I would like 2/3 of your business. And mind you, when he did that, that might have been a big ask. I don't know. They said no. Now, fast forward years later, The Rock started his own tequila brand, which is now worth $6 billion. So
And the funny part about it is, like, most of the people who start these businesses don't even consume their product. The Rock, I'm sure he doesn't drink like that, but he's selling you something to drink. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even drink The Rock, like, bro. You don't even drink. Like, you're telling me to drink.
someone says, hey, Alex, can you endorse my thing? If I say yes today, it's probably going to be a bad deal for me because in 2 years, my audience will be significantly larger. And
Same thing with Mark Zuckerberg, bro. Like, what's this guy's name? Gates guy. Bill Gates wanted to buy Facebook. I remember back in the days for like 250 million, and Mark Zuckerberg said no. And this is when Mark Zuckerberg was not even making money from ads on Facebook, and he said no to Microsoft trying to buy his business. So Zuckerberg dude was looking at the long term, not the short term. So he knew that his platform was worth way more later. So sometimes you gotta know what you're worth, like what you are making is worth. Like, that's what I was talking about right here.
so will yours. When you're thinking about these right hooks, there's a huge time component. And the thing is that compounding gets crazy near the end. Every time you
True.
decide to make the right hook, if you hold it, it could be 10 or 100 times bigger. 12 months,
The longer you hold the right hook, the longer it's powerful when you throw it. Woo! Buzz.
24 months later. Could you imagine if 2 years ago, when I started making content and I just started getting early engagement, my YouTube videos and Instagram, and people started DMing me, they're like, hey, can you mentor me? Which I don't do. If I had said, sure, I'm going to do it, I would have stopped my growth curve and I would have just been just another dude. But by holding back, and
But you just another dude, bro. Like, you just another dude, Alex. I mean, I'm just kidding.
it takes a lot of self-discipline, self-control, and patience, which, by the way, if you want the definition for me, operationalizing patience is just figuring out what you do in the meantime. You don't actually wait. You just figure out what you do in the meantime. Because I am in the game. My
Right.
goal is to always have significantly less supply than I have demand. And I always want to keep that demand because that is the holy grail of what you want, which is
Have less supply, so that way you can have more demand. Okay, let's go.
far more people who want to do business with you than you have capacity to do so. The strongest driver of pricing power and profits is supply and demand. When we make content, what we're actually doing is artificially shifting the demand curve in our favor. And the other side of this is that if you are the business owner, you control supply. And so you can inflate your demand and at the same time cut your supply. And when you have that happen, price goes through the roof. And
Yeah.
so do your profits. I'm all about growing
Okay.
as fast as I possibly can, which means you got to give as much as you possibly can.
Damn, this guy's smart as hell, man. I never seen somebody jack so smart. I always thought like, everybody that was like big and strong and shit, like, they were just like, oh, he's jack. He got nothing but muscles. But this guy got brains too.
Just keep giving and people will start coming to you. You'll start not even having to ask, you'll just start getting. And if you're going to ask, because you need to put food on the table, which I understand, for me, I would be way more than a 3-to-1 ratio, more like 10 times that, which would be like a 30-to-1 ratio of giving to asking. So I can keep maximizing my growth and keep my brand compounding while still.
Okay, so the video is over. So my takeaway from this video is honestly is jab, right hook. Jab, right hook. Give, ask. Give, ask. Buy drinks, ask for the number. Buy the girl drinks, ask for her number. That's what it is, man. Like, that's a concept that most of you guys will understand anyways, because most of you guys don't know how to get numbers from girls, you know what I mean? So buy the drinks and then later ask for the number. Don't ask for the number before you buy the drinks, okay? And make sure you take care of the fat friend that's going to be cock blocking you. So buy her drinks too. Buy the whole group drinks. Right? Buy the whole group drinks. If there's 3 girls, you got to be able to buy all 3 of them drinks just for the one person that you want to ask the number for. Because when you do that, the rest of them are going to be like, oh yeah, he's looking out for us. He's a good guy, blah, blah. By the end of the day, you just want to, one night stand or whatever else you want to do. But that's a concept here, man. Like, give, and then ask, okay? Here's a drink. Where's the after party? Here's a drink. Can I get your number? Here's a drink. Ah, damn. Now let me kiss you. So that's what it is, man. Give. Ask. Jab. Right hook. That's what I got from this video. And it's a good video. As I said, Alex Hormozi is right here. This is a quote from Alex Hormozi. And if you want to read it, I'm not going to read it for you. You can pause the video and read it. But that's what it is, man. He's a good guy. I love this guy. Got a lot of knowledge from him, even though most of his videos are quick and to the point. It's the YouTube algorithm. That's what you gotta do for the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you like the video if you like this kind of content, so that way I can post more for you guys. All right, much love, guys. Peace, and subscribe and like the video.